All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's having a fantastic December. I wanted to start off the call today and say sincerely from Movius, happy holidays. It already is crazy to me that we're at the end of the year here in 2023. Thank you so much for being on today's Multi-Line 101 webinar session, How Movius Can Help Businesses Like Yours Benefit in 2024. My name is Daniel Calantoni. I am our Senior Marketing Manager here at Movius, help guiding along the journey of today's webinar. Here to help answer any questions you may have, talk a little bit of strategy and what we've seen some of our current customers as well as best practices have used Movius in our solution Multi-Line here today. So we'll talk through about what Multi-Line, our flagship product, is, a little bit about some stories around how customers have used Multi-Line, and a little more information how you can get the most out of your business in 2024. So throughout the presentation today, guys, feel free to use the chat button and function on the screen you see here below. I have some of our amazing Movius friends and team members here on the call today to help answer some of the questions throughout the session, as well as we'll have some time at the very end to answering Q&A. I consider today, guys, to kind of set the mood and kick it off as sort of a dipping of the toes in the warm water, more than a flash drive into your particular business. But would love to individually set some time with you and your individuals to discuss how we can benefit your particular business in 2024. But wanted to get the conversation kicked off today. You may be asking yourselves the first thing you see in bold on your screen: welcome to Phone 3.0. Now, if you follow us on social media at Movius.ai, you'll be able to kind of know a little bit about what we mean when we say the words Phone 3.0. But to us here at Movius, it's all about evolutionizing the mobile technology of communications. Want to start off actually, and if you want to put an answer in chat or kind of think it through, a quick pop quiz. Now, the reason behind what I'm saying here is I wanted to ask you, what year was the first phone invented? Does anybody on this call know? Does anybody know in the webinar the first ever phone? I'll give you a hint if you need a little bit of history background. It was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. But does anybody know when the first phone was created? I'll give about 5 more seconds. Well, the answer to that was over 150 years ago, back in 1876. Now, the call quality was, I'm sure, absolutely terrible. The conversation maybe was a little bit light. They didn't really know what they were doing because they've, well, never have done it before. But that was the starting point of how the phone became a connection between two individuals, how it evolved to be used as a business tool throughout the years. We consider that birth way back in 1876, phone 1.0. And over the course of time since then, even up to about 50 years ago, it was through wired technology, the evolution of maybe clearer sound, better connectivity, better overall communications. But about 50 years ago was the birth of the wireless phone. Now, back in the 80s and the 70s, some of you guys may know more on this particular piece, but these were those large brick phones, the ones you would carry with a suitcase everywhere in your car and have maybe some limited connectivity, to where it evolved over time, up until the 2000s and recently through SIM towers, through network connections as a way of connecting individuals to who they need to most through SIM-based technology. We called that evolution from the wired to wireless phone 2.0. For us here at Movius, what we consider Phone 3.0 is where we've taken mobile communications next to benefit businesses like yours through Phone 3.0, cloud-based AI-powered integrated technology to make sure you're connected on whatever device, whatever carrier, whatever integration solution your customer and clients prefer for your overall communications, and most importantly, in a secure and compliant way. Well, to kind of give you a little bit more background on what I mean when I say Phone 3.0 and a little bit about what Movius represents to all kinds of businesses, I wanted to play a quick video for you here today. So give me just a moment, I'll get it queued up, and here's a little bit more info about our company, Movius.
The phone industry is changing at lightning speeds. And here at Movius, we are dedicated to bringing the latest in cutting-edge mobility to the business world. Just in the last century, we've evolved from wireline to wireless, and now software-driven communication. It's what we are calling Phone 3.0. delivering purpose-driven communication to businesses across the globe. Multiline by Movius provides a secure second number to any smartphone, complete with separate calling, texting, WhatsApp, WeChat, and more. Financial services? Compliance concerns? We've got you covered. Tier 1 banks around the world already put their trust in Multiline by Movius to solve their complex mobile compliance concerns. Healthcare and pharma? Multiline brings built-in HIPAA compliance and all the advanced tools like opt-in and redaction to increase patient connectivity, privacy, and safety. Running a small business? A real estate firm? You're covered with Multiline. Get work-life separation for you and all your employees without buying second phones and eliminating two-device hassle. If an employee leaves, the number stays, meaning there's no high turnover risk. Just reassign that number in a matter of minutes. Oh, and we bring cutting-edge AI technology too. We've got TimeWise, a virtual personal assistant to optimize your work schedule. Claire, which provides built-in emotional conversational intelligence at scale by automatically analyzing all your mobile communications for sentiment, along with custom speech analysis solutions that can cover any industry. Welcome to Phone 3.0 with Movius. Visit movius.ai to learn everything about what we have to offer.
All right. As you saw, it is a multitude of robust features and solutions brought to you by Multiline. We've helped impact and benefit some of the largest banking financial institutions in the world, as well as deep integrations within healthcare, within real estate, within insurance. I'll have some more information on some of those other verticals a little bit later in the presentation, but I know for everybody on this call, we're at the end of December here, planning for 2024. I know a lot of you individuals are probably planning your own missions and goals for the next year. For us at Movius and what we do, the technology we create, the customer service we provide to our consumers, it's really addressing three particular pillars for our organization and what Multiline brings to the table. First off, and most importantly, it's about protecting the firm, protecting the organization and their communications. In financial industries, banks have been fined millions, in some cases to the tune of almost to $1 billion in regards to regulatory fines and fees, not being compliant with their own FINRA and SEC compliance communications. It's important that they have tools and solutions that when they're connecting with customers, with clients, and keeping communications internally, that it's kept safe. And to us, that's extremely important. Secondly, we want to help you become more productive in the work that you do. Bring different integrations, different messaging platforms, different tools together in one robust solution, making it easier to keep your communications in one place. And finally, drive successful and phenomenal customer experience. From that end, we want to be able to bring communications on the platforms your customers prefer. They may want to be reached through SMS messaging or through WhatsApp technology or through platforms like Microsoft Teams. So to be able to meet the customers where they are with secure and compliant technology all under one umbrella is what we build our technology around. So to talk just very briefly a little bit more about how we do that, I want to talk through specifically Multiline itself. It is our SaaS cloud-powered AI solution that has impacted businesses across all verticals through a separate and compliant business phone number on your personal device. Think about it almost as two lines on one phone number, keeping personal and work communications completely separated. That's the cool thing about it, guys. In regards to any communications you have with customers and clients, I'm sure there's individuals within your firms and industries that may do their own communications on their personal device or may get phone calls at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning in certain cases. We want to bring a connection and also a separation at the same time in how consumers can communicate through Multiline. It provides a separate business identity on the phone, so they'll be able to conduct their calling, their messaging on the same device they'll use for their personal communications. No need to carry two hardware devices anymore. It's integrated with some of the top messaging platforms and tools such as Microsoft Teams, Salesforce, and WhatsApp. It's also carrier and hardware agnostic as far as the tools able to be used on iOS and Android, as well as through some of the top US mobile carriers, no matter which those are, whether it be Verizon, AT&T, Verizon, connecting through Wi-Fi and other data solutions. This is also important to say that all of your communications and information is stored securely on a recorded data cloud for regulatory reporting, any information you need to provide the firms and your partners themselves too. So to give a little bit more background on some of the integrations within Multiline, I want to show you just an example of some of the tools that are integrated within Movius and our AI communications platform. So some of the consumer messaging tools such as WhatsApp and WeChat, CRM tools such as Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, and more, enterprise collaboration tools such as Microsoft Teams, Zoom, PBX tools, Cisco, archival tools as you see below, as well as enterprise endpoint management. The beauty of this is all within one singular app on your personal device. No need to have multiple apps open. No need to have multiple tools to manage or coordinate with. It's all under one umbrella. So to give a little more detail, more visually on how Multiline works, and then we'll take the tour a little bit more on how this has benefited businesses like yours, I want to play one more video for you guys to see how Multiline works in action.
Multiline gives you a business phone number that you can add to any device as an app. By taking all the capabilities of a traditional business phone and moving it to the cloud, it truly is Phone 3.0. Now you can easily manage all your business communications, independent calling, messaging, and more via a single app on any smartphone, all while your personal activity remains private and invisible to the business. It works over any iOS or Android smartphone and with any carrier. It's secure, cost-effective, and easy to use. To connect with your customers, just start. The simple and intuitive UI means there's zero learning curve, making it just that easy to call, text, WhatsApp, or even WeChat your clients through a secure business channel, and you get carrier-grade service over any connection. The app offers powerful business tools to optimize your Multiline experience. You can easily set your business hours, set it to Do Not Disturb, or configure call forwarding chains all within a few clicks. Multiline provides optional built-in call and message recording to give your business a way to monitor the customer experience as it unfolds, ensure regulatory compliance, and unlock unique customer insights. The solution also integrates your business communications with your key business workflows and systems, from EMM to CRM to Microsoft Teams and Salesforce to archival platforms, keeping you connected, compliant, and mobile. All of this is easy to access and manage through our web-based management portal, which gives admins all the tools they need to add users, manage mobile numbers, and configure policy controls. Multiline makes it simple to manage mobile business communication from a single device, all for the fraction of the cost of a traditional solution.
What I loved most about that, I just want to briefly talk about that before the next slide here, is just the smooth ease of use of the integrations. It's not overly complicated, not too many buttons on the screen. The beauty of it too, if you want to toggle and switch from cellular to Wi-Fi data, it's as simple as a toggle on a button on the app itself. So extremely easy to be used, easy to implement, easy to train, easy to incorporate within industries. And we've seen a lot of business come in through different organizations that use Multiline every single day. As we talked about a little bit earlier in the presentation, yes, a lot of financial institutions, healthcare, education, and government have used Multiline to help meet compliance and regulatory needs that they face as an organization within their customer and client communications. But the industry expands well past that into other areas within auto and logistics, contracting, hospitality, events, real estate, retail, enterprise, companies and businesses, and many, many, many more. The use cases really come down to two different overall areas, which I'll talk about a little bit towards the end of the presentation. But not only is Multiline a very compliant tool that can be used for organizations to meet their regulatory needs, it's also a tool that is a premium experience for those that also may be having operational costs and budgets and want to be able to help save on employee stipends and employee hardware and their overall communications. So I have some information about that too in the presentation. With that, how it's impacted businesses in 2023 has been a lot of those ways I've mentioned, through helping financial and healthcare and other institutions meet regulatory fines that they may have faced annually. Also, we've learned and polled recent businesses that have joined Movius and Multiline that have used BYOD solutions that in many cases pay a stipend to their employees. It could range from anywhere between $40, as you see below, in some cases with the average, to many cases with certain businesses as high as $100 for every single employee to have a separate communications tool. You're paying for hardware, you're paying for network connection that may not be applicable with your certain service. It adds up very quickly to the tune of thousands of dollars based on the number of employees you have in your firm. So with Multiline, we want to be able to address each of those particular opportunities in a strong way with our organization. So with that being said, here are some of the ways that Multiline can benefit your business directly in 2024 and how you operate, not only internally communicating to your employees, but also externally how your employees communicate with other individuals that may have important information and conversations. Multiline has helped organizations save thousands of dollars in employee stipends and hardware costs by switching to a software-based solution they can have on their personal device. Again, completely separated from any personal communications they may have. So there is that safe assurance there. I want to make sure that we stress from that point. Secondly, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, Multiline is carrier agnostic. So if there's a certain carrier that you prefer, I'll say from our end, we have a phenomenal US partnership with T-Mobile USA, the largest 5G network in the country. But if there are certain other carriers that you work with, that's fine. Multiline can work on any carrier, bringing wider choice to businesses and how they connect. Third, and this is something very important we haven't talked too much about yet, is that Multiline allows you to take the separate number and transfer it to another individual at the company, keeping the important communications recorded and with the firm. What that's important for, if you think through that, guys, is that if your company has any sort of reorganization structures or different changes in roles where an individual themselves may leave an organization, you may not want their communications, their overall important information leaving the company. That information is kept safe and can be transferred over to whoever the new representative may be at that company in a very seamless and easy way, protecting the organization. We take a lot of pride having global representatives and contacts working on our AI solutions built in within Movius that help power the abilities of Multiline, strengthening company reporting, sentiment analysis, such as tools like Claire you saw in the video earlier today, call performance tools to be able to measure the call quality of a particular Multiline call, as well as time management tools like TimeWise. So we're constantly evolving as the technology and AI industry is evolving as well, and it's very exciting to see the next evolution of communications through Phone 3.0. Multiline is secure and compliant when it comes in regards to keeping the stored important information, protecting your organization through IBM Cloud. And then from that too, Multiline runs on either Wi-Fi or cellular networks. As I mentioned, it's as easy as the toggle of a button. So there are compliance and regulatory needs that we can assist with, or through cost savings and operational support we can bring through our BYOD safe, secure solution. Multiline is a phenomenal option as you plan your employee communications for 2024. But don't just take my word for it, guys. I wanted to provide an example for you here today of a customer story we had recently with a tier 1 global bank. They were reaching out to us and in communications with us about meeting some of their regulatory requirements. Many of these banks and global industries have been fined to the tune of millions of dollars, as I've mentioned earlier in the presentation, and they needed some kind of tool to help comply with those regulations to help with the compliance needs for their customer-facing employees. Well, Multiline allowed the bank to capture all the important client communications in a single system of record, providing efficient communication, enhanced customer service delivery, and improved client experience. And obviously, all of the records and reporting needed to turn in from a submission standpoint for regulatory. That organization was extremely satisfied with Movius and Multiline, so much so that they added 8,000 of their individuals to join implementation within their organization, which corresponded to about 58% of their entire employee base in the United States. This helped save them from SEC violations and overall regulatory needs. We want to be able to help you as an organization as well too. Whether this presentation resonates from you from a security and compliance standpoint, or from ways looking operationally on how moving to a secure BYOD solution with how your employees communicate to customers in the ways they prefer, we want to be that best contact for you as an organization. So with that being said, I know we have a few minutes left here today. If you have any questions or want to set up time on an individual 2024 strategy session, some of the amazing Movius team is here on the line to help support you in that regard. Next steps, feel free to send me a direct email at daniel.calantoni@movius.ai, and I'll put you connected with our client solutions team to make sure you're set up for success. Or if you want to go the old school way, guys, you just go to our wonderful website, movius.ai, schedule some time to book a demo and learn more about Multiline, as well as explore the site. There's definitely some more stories and perspectives, information, and specifics about some of our product features and solutions. So I'm going to take some time here and see if there's any questions that came up on the line. Feel free to use the chat function, as well as if you want to come off mute. I think, Sam, we could probably work on unmuting them and getting them set up for success. So we're going to just take a second, see if you guys have any questions, or we'll give you some time back as well. I see the chat note. We will definitely reach out to you and contact with you. That's completely fine. Wilson, I just saw your comment as well. You get the prize. You get a thumbs up from me here today. 1870s was pretty close. It was 1876. But with that, we'll see if there's any other questions. Feel free to take another moment, guys, to use chat. But if not, we will give you your time back today. We will be sending out a recording of today's call as well, too. So feel free to share with some of your internal teams. And we'll take some time to reach out and obviously be a best contact for you guys as you explore your 2024 strategy. It's been a pleasure today, everybody. Thank you so much for being on the line, and have a happy holidays and a happy new year. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Goodbye.
Thanks, Daniel.